Okay, I'm at 335 South Broadway Street in Williamsburg, Ohio, doing a sanitary lateral inspection to diagnose multiple backups. Our access point is the stack in the front left corner of the basement laundry room. That's if you're facing the house. And again, trying to diagnose what is going on with trying to figure out why the line keeps backing up. It's been cleaned multiple times. So it does have a sweep on it, so it's going to force me to go one direction, and I don't know what direction that is right off the bat, but we'll see. Looks like we do have a valley right here. Let's see. Based off of where I'm going, this looks like, yeah, I think I went upstream and then I'm going back into the toilet. Yep, I'm looking right up into the bottom of the toilet. So, the sweep on the base of this, stack here, it's faced the wrong direction. It's kind of forcing the water, a little bit of the water, to go upstream. It still should, even if it got into there, it might create some opposing flow if you flush the toilet and the downstairs toilet at the same time. But we're going to try to finagle the camera a little bit once we get up to this point. And I'm going to see if I can get it to go backwards, or, well, the right direction, but against the slight sweep there in the bottom. But another option would be if I take the fern cones off of this stack and then see if I can see directly down in it and then get the camera to go downstream. I think I went the same direction. Yeah, I went the same direction. So I think what I'm going to have to do is probably take these fern cones off and take the pipe apart so that I can try to force the camera to go downstream. So I'm going to pause the video for a second and make some adjustments. Okay. Put the pipe over, hoping I can get the camera to go downstream this time. So now the sweep is in the right direction, but somehow, so the sweep is in the right direction, it's just somehow the camera kept going upstream. I'm not sure why. Just the way it's hitting. There we go. There's something here that's already choking the camera off. We just can't see. I'm going to try to run some water so we can clear the lens off.
see how it works. Alright, turn it off. That's the same thing. I'm trying to think how I turned it now. Where's the other one? The new one.
This looks like this makes a turn. And then makes another turn. Drop down and go into the cast iron line. It doesn't want to make the turn. Alright, I think I was able to get it to make this like an S-bend down there right past the clean out. And we have cast iron line, and then we're switching over almost immediately to clay. So the first thing we'll do is we'll try to push out as far as we can, and then we'll turn the water off if needed, if it's obscuring the view at all. So far, all I've really seen that was kind of tough was that this is like an S-bend in the cast iron right after the turn, right after the base of the stack, and it's kind of a choke point. There's a possible belly out pretty far. Okay. Drop it straight down, it must be close to the main. Dropping vertically. You can see in the bottom left hand corner there's an angle indicator on there. And there we are into the main. So, made it all the way out. The only thing that I saw so far was just it's a pretty large belly all the way out, and then there's an S-bend underneath this floor. Right at the base of the stack. It's a big choke point, and it's probably catching a lot of debris. Took me a minute to get my camera through it, and it is cast iron, so it's probably smaller diameter than originally. Does look like there's some mud, so maybe there's a bad connection at the base of the stack going into that. So hopefully we'll be able to see better when we pull back without the water running. So I'm going to pause the video again. We're going to turn the water off, and then I'll pull back.
Okay, we've tried to let most of the water drain down. There's still a little bit coming down through the line, but hopefully we can see better on the way back out. And all the spots where where I had visual, everything looked good. The line looked good structurally. I didn't see a lot of root intrusion. See, this is where we're kind of going into a belly. As long as I have those flashes, that's not much of a belly, so that's a good sign. So there is a belly out there, but it's relatively minor. I don't think that that's causing any kind of backups. It seemed like it was less than 2 inches, that's for sure. Probably closer to about 1 inch. A bit of build up there, but nothing that's causing any backups. Might actually go out the back. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, I think I'm getting close. Okay, I'm back in the cast iron. So maybe either right here at the base. This is still holding water. I don't see the line coming out. I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to get a locate real quick to see exactly where this is, to show how far out the cast iron goes at least. But if you notice, there's still some brown, like it looks like muddy water dropping into that little bit of water there. So I was wondering if maybe the bottom of the cast iron was rotted out, but if it was, my camera would fall through it and it'd be stuck. And when the line was cleaned, it would also catch the snake and it would get stuck. So I don't think there's, obviously you can't see through the water, but I don't think the cast iron's rotted out through the bottom. And seeing that stuff come out, I'm going to pause the video, I'm going to locate this spot, and then we'll go from there. Okay, we're underneath the front porch right here. I just wanted to get a mark before, a reference locate before I pulled back vertical. So hopefully, as we come back through here, because this doesn't look, this is where I'm going to push back through, because this is where I had trouble getting through at one point. So I'm going to get another little reference locate here and see where it's turning. Which is probably right underneath the concrete. Right now I am right underneath the foundation. And so this is where, the reason it drops down is to get underneath
the footer. Pull back, hopefully we can see. Now see, the weird part is I haven't seen anything that would cause me to believe, other than this double S bend, that I'm now, it goes over, drops, let's see if I can, now I'm going to have to fight with this again for a minute. I'm sitting inside the bottom of this clean out tee or the stack, and it does not want to go the right direction again. I just don't understand why it's doing this. So you can see it goes over about a foot and then 90s down. Then hits the bottom. And I think it turns the other way. I think this is where it turns and goes out the front. And so I'm not, it may be this double turn here that is causing all the problems. Either that or this is rotted out right here. But I don't see any mud. I don't see anything that would make me believe that. I mean, this is obviously channeling down through the bottom, so it is, you know, smaller. So maybe like right in through here. This is the worst looking part, and I put a dot in the front porch. This is the only spot that seems like it's kind of bellied and could be holding some stuff, because it does drop right here, and so this could be holding some debris in that one little spot, like right here. And you can see the buildup of grease and stuff on the outer edges. The hardest thing is, you know, even getting anything through here is tough. So to be able to do it well, to be able to even try to you know, reshape that and kind of deburr the cast iron would be difficult too, and then you're risking also putting a hole in it. I don't see any visual holes. I mean, I really think that it's mainly just, I'm wondering if this connection here, I'm going to have to turn a little bit of water on. Let's see if we can take a look at the connection between the cast iron and the PVC. I'm thinking right here on this vertical, what
See if there's maybe some sort of gap or something on the fern coat between the cast iron. Because it looks like a vertical fern coat. But I don't see anything other than that one spot. It's the only spot that gives me any idea that that's what's causing it. And that would be right in through here. But these things could catch, these areas with the S-bend and this spot could catch toilet paper very easily. Any kind of wet wipes or anything, it could catch it and build it up. But normally, keep water up. So normally, regular toilet paper will just break down and turn to mush, and it won't cause any backups once it sits in the water for a minute. And I'm looking straight down. The water's just dripping off of the camera head. Yeah, I don't see anything that's really catching the camera. So yeah, the only spot I saw is that little low spot there where the cast iron, right before it switches over to clay, underneath the front porch, that maybe it's a small enough hole where my camera's not catching on it, but that would be the only spot, is if it was rusted through right there, that I'm seeing that. Even other than the way this pipe is laid out, I don't think the pipe's laid out really well as far as going down through the floor, going over, dropping again, and then turning and going out towards the street. It's a weird transition, and a lot of really short 90s in a short period, in a short length of pipe. So yeah, the rest of the line, looked pretty good. So the spot is marked under the front porch. I didn't see anything other than that would make me think that there's any other cause for this other than the layout of the pipe, and possibly if there's a hole underneath in the bottom of the cast iron there underneath the front porch. So that'll end the inspection at 335 South Broadway Street in Williamsburg, Ohio.